Hi, this is Liza, librarian at Brunswick Community College. This is a short video for Bio 111 students on how to search ProQuest Central to find peer-reviewed articles. I'm going to start from the BCC homepage, hopefully you're all familiar with, and from there I'm going to click on Resources, Library, and this brings us to the library portal. You'll note that we have our summon search, which is our discovery service, which you might be familiar with searching. I'm actually going to bypass that and go directly into the ProQuest Central database, which just happens to be one of our largest aggregators, which means there's research in there from every discipline. Every topic should be represented in ProQuest Central. It's our largest resource. So I'm going to scroll down below the rotating gallery and click on A to Z database list. And then you'll note over here on the right, ProQuest Central is a popular database, so it's listed there, but it would also be listed alphabetically under the P listing. But I'm going to click on ProQuest Central. You'll see the NC Live logo. Just remember that if you're doing this from off campus or from home, you will be prompted to log in first, and it will be just like you're checking your BCC email. You'll log in on an Office 365 screen. So this is the default search for ProQuest Central basic search. I always describe myself as a lazy searcher, which means that I will just type in the first box that's presented to me. So I'm going to do that right here. So I'm going to pretend that my topic is looking at hypertension. I'm interested in peer-reviewed information on hypertension. So I'm going to start with hypertension. I'm going to check the full text box. This makes your life a lot easier, especially since you're online only students. This just means that the database is only going to return articles that you can read right now through the computer, that you're not going to have to chase up the full text somewhere else. And then I'm also going to check that peer reviewed box limit there. So I'm going to run that search and I get just about 650,000 results. That's a lot. I'm not going to want to scroll through that many, and I'm sure you won't either. So I'm going to show you some strategies for reducing that. I'm an old school researcher, which means that I still use my Boolean search operators of and, or, not. That just makes sense for my brain. I highly recommend you use that as well. It just helps you to kind of structure your search terms better. So whenever I want to focus or limit my results, I'm going to separate my terms by and it's just a quirk of ProQuest products that they actually want you to all caps the Boolean operator. So and, or not should be all in capital letters, just as I've typed it here. So I'm going to focus this. So I'm going to look at, does meditation have any impact on hypertension? And because I'm using that and Boolean operator, I should get fewer results than 650,000. I'm going to rerun that search. So now this is heading in the right direction, right? I'm getting to about 3,800. Still a lot for me to look through, so I might just go up and add one more term. So maybe I'm just interested in specifically how hypertension and meditation impact women. Okay, still headed in the right direction. My last little trick, and this is particularly helpful if you are looking for primary articles in the sciences, which is basically the article that is reporting on the experiment. The authors have done the experiment and are reporting on it, just like we used to do in grade school when we did lab experiments and had to write up a lab report. It's very structured, very formal. Primary source articles will have those different sections. And so, a quick and easy way to make sure that you, or try to get closer at least, to primary source articles in the sciences is this little trick, which is a method. They will have a method or a methodology section or a methods section. All those terms will be used interchangeably. So, an easy way to account for those word variations in most databases is to type the root word that you're interested in and then add an asterisk, which is the Shift 8 key on most standard keyboards. So now it will return anything that could stem off of method. So, method, methodology, methodologies, anything that the computer can think of. Okay. So now I'm down to about 2,500 results. I'm going to stop there, but just know that you could keep going. If you could think of other ways to focus your search, you can just keep adding those terms separated by and in that search. The default of the sort is relevant. So it's the system interpreting basically how many times your search terms show up in the metadata. The higher up in the list, the article will be. But you'll notice there are some other filters you can play with over here. Publication date might be important to you. So, for instance, I might want to just look at things published within the last 5 years. So I can just do 2017 and leave the other one blank and then click on update. And now you'll see that I'm only seeing results from 2017 to 2022. And that has again impacted the availability of my results. But I could also scroll down here and look at document type and say, I'm only interested in articles, or maybe if I was in the nursing field, I'm interested in evidence based healthcare, which is a pretty important document type. So I could play around with those as well. But once I get my set where I like it, then it's just a question of looking through the results to see if something is applicable to my research question. So I'm going to look at number 3, an app based meditation intervention. And it's specifically firefighting, which is kind of interesting. So most of the time it will be an HTML full text, but often ProQuest will provide the PDF option, and I always prefer that myself if given the option because it looks like you've made a photocopy of the original. You get all the formatting, you get the page numbers also, which is crucial if you are doing a parenthetical citation or in-text citation. And if I just kind of scroll through and look at this, there I see there's that methods section, so I know that I'm actually looking at a primary source article in the sciences. Most of the databases provide this nice little cite button. So if I click there, it will format according to whatever the default is. So the default in ProQuest is APA 6th edition. If you wanted to use APA 7th edition, you could select that, or you could scroll down and select MLA 9th edition, and then you could copy and paste that into your works cited page for your Microsoft Word document, your PowerPoint slide, whatever your end product will be. So that is just a quick glance of how you can search ProQuest Central effectively to find peer-reviewed articles on biology topics. But I've also showed you how you can kind of quickly get closer to primary source articles as well by using that little and method with an asterisk tacked on to your own topic. I will just point out that you are always welcome to get in touch with me directly if you have any questions. Palmer L at brunswickcc.edu. You can also call us at the library. If you scroll down, this is the link to our library staff and all of our contact information. So there I am. There's my email. There's my direct line. If I'm not available, you can leave a voicemail for me and I will get back to you as soon as I'm back in the office. But if you need immediate help, if it's like 2 o'clock in the morning and the paper is due at 9 a.m., you still do have help options. There's the chat now button, which is our chat staff widget. If you click there, it opens up into a new window and you can start typing into the chat box there and you will be chatting with an actual person. It's not a bot who is a qualified ALA accredited librarian at the other end, and they can help you on any question pretty much that I would be able to help you with. So they can advise you on research terms, a good database to try. They can help you try and figure out if something is peer reviewed or not. So basically, do not struggle alone. If you have a question, please do either reach out to me if it's not time sensitive. If it is time sensitive, chat staff is always there as a backup. All right, thanks so much. Good luck with your research.